Okay, Reggie, before we get into this week's topics, did you have anything you wanted to discuss or you want to get right into it?
Now let's get right into it, baby. Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to all you cancerous birthdays now. I know we're in the month for cancer, so shout out you guys. And also wanted to throw a shout out to my grand. Y'all see, I'm wearing my son. I'm a UC San Diego Papa. So congratulate to my son for graduating from UC San Diego last month with a major in computer science engineering. So shout out to my son, Reginald Wright III. Other than that, let's get going.
Okay. News broke that a Snoop biopic by Allen Hughes is on the way. I wanted to get your thoughts and your reaction to the news that movie is now or is about to be in the works.
Yeah, I kind of told y'all that's what he's been doing. I've been saying that. That's why he's been doing all this rewriting of history and changing up stuff and putting this out there on interviews and stuff, and then putting out his spin so it can all be documented his for his story. Makes a lot of sense to why he was featured so much uh, into into Tupac and his mom's biography or their documentary, which I don't have a problem with. I understand how it works. Um, Networks and people pay you a little more, give you a little more, give you a better shot when you have big names to it. Y'all ain't never heard me say Snoop Dogg name is not a household name. Uh, and so he's definitely that. So I get the uh, Dr. Dre, and the Snoop Dogg's Allen Hughes putting them in the documentary. So yeah, I just hear that a lot of people get mad at me for always trying to correct Snoop and say this. I just try to tell you how it was. It's for y'all to determine who you believe and who you don't. And, a lot of people, just like the Republican parties and Democrat parties, y'all want to take sides and say, even though might not even agree with the person, or you just or you don't agree with the statements or whatever, just because you don't like the party or the person, then it's all bad. That's not me at all. I just I just shoot it. I try to shoot it straight from the hip, or my truth. My truth ain't always the correct truth. I'll be the first to tell you. Just my opinion. So that's all. I understand rewriting history, and this is why I get mad, but and correct it. And I always say Reggie's truth, my truth, what I heard, what I believe, what I observed. And so, yeah, it's going to be good. I love to see him do it. I hope he put his ex bodyguard and get him to talk. I forget my boy named Malik. I hope he have him a part of it. Sean Dog, Big C Style, Big Flossie, his family. I hope he just don't try to include him and Dr. Dre and all of them, because that's not just what it is. Hey, it's a dude named Bill Handy that none of y'all know about. Bill Handy from Compton. Y'all don't know. That's why I always laugh when people say, Snoop would have did this and did this without Suge and all that. See, that's what y'all don't know. There was somebody that already had paperwork on Snoop Dogg. This dude named Bill Handy from Compton, actually I can't call Bill Handy a Southside Compton crip, but that's where he lived. That's where his family grew up at. He just got out of the feds. He had got a 30-year sentence, but he was fucked up like me. He got messed up in the pen like me. He had a bad reaction to some medication or some shit like that. But my boy Bill Handy. Anybody know that? He the one that had the car wash on Long Beach and Alondra for the longest. Handy's car wash. He is the one that had paperwork and had Snoop Dogg signed to his label that Suge had to go, and because of the Compton thing, relationship with, and because Bill is about his money, and went and got him released from paperwork. See, there's little stuff like that. hope Snoop elects not to forget and to give credit to people like that that helped them out. But yeah, yeah, it's going to be done. And I throw stuff out there just to remind people and just to throw stuff out. So if Allen Hughes watch this or whatever, he can be like, hey, who's this Bill Handy they're talking about that you forgot about, you never talk about? What's the story behind that? What's the story about behind the 213, who most of y'all don't really know, was really Nate Dogg Warren and Snoop. You know, get those stories out there. Warren G always gets slighted a little bit in a lot of things, especially from the Death Row side, not from the Long Beach guy side, to be honest. But Warren G was a very instrumental part to bringing Snoop to Death Row. I always wondered, the main question I always wondered, why everybody blames Suge for not having Warren G signed to Death Row. He tried to say it now about paperwork was bad and all of this. Those niggas didn't care about no paperwork because nobody was big enough to know. The reason why Warren G wasn't signed because of Dre. His brother was a partner. Y'all get Sharita to tell y'all the truth behind that. She'll tell y'all that it was Dr. Dre. Y'all hit her up on IG or whatever that always prevented Suge from signing Warren G to Death Row. So there's little stuff like that that I hope gets told and be told the truth. How they were the ones secretly writing for Warren G. Anyway, that ain't nothing about the documentary, so I'll get away from that. But there's just a lot of stuff, y'all. A lot of stuff.